Imagine melting your enemies with fire, summoning storms like a god, and still having enough sustain to outlive a small apocalypse, all while playing one of the easiest builds in Guild Wars 2. Yeah, that's the Tempest build we're talking about today. This build is insanely strong. For long-term sustained DPS, it's easy to learn and it comes with great utility baked right in. So if that sounds like your kind of chaos, make sure to watch until the end, because I'm going to walk you through everything. Gear, trades, utilities, rotation, and some spicy tips to get the most out of it. And as always, huge shout out to my supporters. You guys literally keep the lights on. Thank you. Now, quick disclaimer before we jump in. I didn't invent this build. All credits goes to Snowcrows, the legends. You'll find the link to the original build in the description if you want a written version. I just want to promote this build. Alright, let's dive right in, starting with the gear. Okay, so first off, this build is a pure DPS build. You bring big damage, of support and some CC, but you're not self-sufficient. So ideally, you run in a group with a healer and a boon provider. The gear setup is super straightforward. No weird spreadsheets or crazy math here. You just want to go full Viper's gear. That means armor, trinkets and weapons. It's the best balance between condition damage and power, and that's where Tempest truly shines. You get the most amount of condition damage while also getting some nice power and precision. For runes, your best choice is the Superior Rune of the Trapper. It's perfect for maximizing your DPS. If you can't afford it or don't have access to it, Nightmare runes are still really solid, and if you're on a tight budget, Undead runes are okay too. Just be careful with the extra toughness. You might accidentally start tanking bosses you didn't sign up for. Don't be that person. Your healer will hate you. For infusions, go with expertise infusions if you can afford them. That will bring you to 100% condition duration exactly, but honestly, it's not mandatory. You'll still perform great without them. For weapons, always Scepter and Warhorn. This combo gives you strong ranged attacks, excellent AoE and great control. For sigils, grab Superior Sigil of Malice and Superior Sigil of Earth. It's the highest damage combo, hands down. As for your relic, go with Relic of the Fractal for maximum amount of damage. If you don't have it yet, Relic of the Great is a solid alternative for core builds. And of course, links to the Ascended and Exotic version of this build are down in the description for easy setup. For food, it depends on your budget of course. If you're on a budget, go with Koiklings, cheap, reliable and solid stats. If you want to min-max, use Salsa Top Veggie Flatbread. Yes, it's very expensive, but it adds lifesteal on crits and you're hitting a lot, so it adds up fast. For utility consumables, Master Tuning Crystals are your go-to option. Now, let's talk trades. And thankfully, it's another straightforward setup. We'll go Fire, Earth and Tempest. Let's break that down quickly. Fire gives you raw power and burn damage. It's your bread and butter. Take Burning Precision for burns on crit, grab Persisting Flames for more power damage buffs, and of course, the middle trait on top gives you even more damage. Basically, if it burns, it's good. That's Fire. Earth gives you some defenses and even more damage. You'll get barrier, damage reduction, and of course, traits like Serrated Stone and Strength Stone push your bleeding damage through the roof, and Written in Stone keeps your Signets passives going even after using them, which is of course big value. Tempest is where things really heat up. Unstable Conduit gives you auras after finishing an overload. Tempestuous Area buffs your damage when you grant auras, and you will do that a lot, so you just get a lot of damage output and also some might when you use a shout. And of course, big one here is Transcended Tempest, which gives you juicy 25% damage and 25% condition damage buff after finishing an overload. And always finish those overloads because they are obviously huge damage increases. Also, this trait gives you a shorter delay of the overload, so you can use it faster. Really good. But now to your utility skills. Wash Their Pain Away is the best healing option, great heal and a nice Condi Cleanse on top of it. Then you use Cliff of Elemental Powder, consistent damage for golems on the training. In real fights you should swap that one for the Cliff of Lesser Elementals. Use Firestorm and Signet of Fire, both deal nice amount of damage. That's it. If you need more defenses, swap in Signet of Earth or Aftershock for more auras and CC. And if you need some stability or stun break, use Eye of the Storm and maybe even the teleport with Lightning Flash. Basically adapt depending on the encounter. Swap out Firestorm first. So Cliff of Storms in fire. Okay, now the fun part, the rotation. Don't worry, it sounds complex, but it's actually very easy. That's why this is some kind of low intensity, simplified Tempest build. But once you get the rhythm, it feels very smooth. The core idea, you alternate between fire and earth attunements. Always use your overloads when they are available. They are your main damage spikes. So let's start with the opener. Start by summoning your Glyph of Elementals in fire, both of them, the lesser and the bigger one, before you start the combat. Then begin in fire attunement. Use Phoenix into Wildfire and Dragon's Tooth of cooldown. Leave in Signet of Fire and Glyph of Storms and Flame Barrage whenever possible. There is a priority order for the weapon skills. You would always use Phoenix over Overlord Fire, over Wildfire, over Glyph of Storms. When everything in fire is on cooldown, of course use the auto tech, and then after 3 times using the Phoenix, swap to Earth. In Earth, you will roll double tap Rock Barrier for barrier and projectile and some nice damage. Use Dust Devil and Dust Storm, get even more damage, and of course use Overlord Earth. The key rhythm is staying in fire for using 3 times Phoenix. As soon as you cast the last Phoenix, swap to Earth, do the Earth replacement, swap back to fire, and repeat. That's it. Super clean, super consistent, and surprisingly relaxing once you get the hang of it. And that's the build. Easy to play, powerful, and perfect if you want to dip into Elementalist without frying your brain trying to juggle 20 buttons per second. If you found this guide helpful, drop a like, and if you want more Guild Wars 2 build guides, discussions, and fun videos, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. Again, huge credits to Snowcrows for the original build, link is below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay fiery, my friends.